What's up guys, hope you're doing great. It's your boy Copy Shots. In today's video we're going to look at how we can color grade and retouch this beauty photo. Let's get right into it. So in Lightroom, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do my color grading because that's what I normally do anytime I'm tackling any photograph of any nature. So I import it into Lightroom like I have right now, and I'm going to use a preset that I'm so much in love with. I created for you guys so you guys can check it out. There's a link down in the description below where you can download it and import it into your Lightroom. I remember that you guys had problems with importing the previous Lightroom preset that I gave out, so this is to solve that issue. It has yet another file called Phonics, so import it and you can have even the ones that you imported earlier. Okay, let's get right into it. In Copy Shots preset pack is where I'm going to find the grade I'm going to use. So as you can tell, beauty, color grade, and that's what I'm going to use for this image. I created it purposely for beauty photographs, and it works on a plethora of images that has to do with beauty. Okay, so I think there's little to nothing I will be doing. Probably increase the highlights just a little bit. And let's single out the hair color a little bit more by increasing the luminance of yellow. Okay, so I'm going to open it up to bring it out some more all the way to the right. Okay, but you realize that before, if I should do a before and after check, that is that the lips have lost its red nature. Okay, so that's why we're going to bring back. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to hue, and where the orange is, I'm going to shift it a little bit to the left and the red all the way to the left. Of course, the attire that she's wearing also has the properties of red, so that can't be left out. So red a little bit more to the left to bring it out some more. And I think we have something similar to the previous photograph and how it looked like before. Okay, so I think I'm quite good with what I'm seeing so far. So I think it is ready for export into Photoshop so that we can proceed with the editing. So I'm going to right click on the image, edit in Adobe Photoshop. So once we have it here in Photoshop, what I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom in and check where exactly I'm supposed to tackle first. So of course we have the forehead, under the eyes, over here on the bridge of the nose, so under the cheeks. All right, so those are the areas I'm going to tackle first to smooth out, of course. So first of all, what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up my actions. If you don't have actions to make your frequency separation layers quickly for you, you can download them. I'm gonna leave a link down in the description below where you can find it. It's actually free on the internet. You can download it and make it as quick as I'm going to make mine. All right, so let's select the simple frequency separation and I'm gonna hit play. I'm going to be presented with a Gaussian blur window where I'm going to input a radius of, let's say, 23, because I shot with a 20 megapixel camera. My Canon EOS 6D, and I think for such a short size, 23 should do the magic. All right, so readily my layers are created for me, my low frequency and my high frequency. So let's get to work. All right, so with my mixer brush tool, all right, selected, I'm going to make sure that all these settings, because I'm using a Wacom tablets, are set to 30. That's what I normally use, and I will ensure that my hardness is all the way to 0 so I can have soft edges for the effect of the brush. All right, so I'm going to scale the size of the brush depending on the area I am smoothing. All right, so I'm going to go over the forehead and a little bit over here and brush in to make sure that they are all smooth out and there's no part being conspicuous too much. Okay, all right, so over here on the side of the head, that's where I'm gonna have to be careful. So I'm going to still with the same process, brush in the highlights, brush in the midtones, take my time and do that. At this point, I'm going to say that I'm quite halfway through the skin smoothing process because there's yet one more step that I'm going to undertake, which will happen right after I've taken out the blemishes from the skin. So how about we take the blemishes out of the skin already and move into that step. And that step is actually something that I've noticed really works well for almost every situation. Okay, so at this point, I think I'm almost out of blemishes, if I should say. It's left with only the texture of the skin that we are going to now fix with the process that I spoke about. Okay, so let me step back a little bit and see how you're looking so far. So I think we can now move into that step that I've been talking about. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold the folder up and select the background, the frequency separation folder, and merge both layers as one. And once that's done, I'm going to go through the frequency separation process again. But this time I'm going to go with an 8 of a radius so that the effect will be much more severe. Alright, so with the mixer brush tool again, still having the same settings, let us go into the skin and smoothen it out even further. Okay, so watch how much the skin texture now looks than before. And notice that it is getting much more flattened and it's not as conspicuous as they were before. So I'm going to take my time over this area. That's where it might ruin my process, you know. So let me move back a bit, see how we're doing. Okay. I think at this point things look a bit more better than before. Okay, so over the chest area, let's smooth it out, and this time I'm being much more subtle than previously because the radius of 8 is as severe as I can imagine and I can explain actually. So I'm gonna be very careful as I run over the skin with a satin. Alright, so I think we are good so far. Let's look at before and after, before and after, before and after. Now our skin look much more uniform. Okay. Alright, so what I'm going to do next is that I'm going to create some layers with curves. Okay, this time I'm going to push it to the top for my dodge. And I'm going to create another one for my burn. Okay, you notice that I've inverted both of them so that I can, you know, hide the effect and paint it into the areas that I really want to have them affecting the image. Okay, so this time with the brush tool, making sure that my hardness all the way to 0, and my flow 3, and my opacity all the way to 100. Now select the dodge and paint into the areas where it needs to be bright. Okay. So the forehead, under the eyes, over here, the eyeshadow, anywhere that appears to be with highlights should be brought out even more. Okay. So over here, the jaw and the side of the neck, I'm going to bring it out even more. I'm going to paint into the eyes, but I'm going to zoom into the eyes very soon to make the eye also glow, or both eyes glow. So over here on the lips, I'm ensuring that everywhere that I find highlights is painted over. So the pit of the neck, and over here on the chest, make sure it is pronounced enough, and let's cast it back and see how we're looking so far. I think we're on the right foot. Okay, so over here I think we need a bit of the highlights run over, so I'm very subtle with the motion over this dark area because I don't want it to be as dark as it is now. So I'm painting over it. Let's see how it looks. Okay, let's take a look at how the image looked before. Okay, so it means that I'm gonna have to run the burn a little bit over here just to bring it back to normal a bit. Let's use the before as reference. Okay. I have to dodge it back in here a bit again. Once more. Okay, I think I need to bring in highlights here to clean out that dark part that runs all the way to the lips. I think, yeah, almost as it was. So what I'm doing here is that I am using the before image as reference so that I don't mess up the face of the model. Okay, so yeah, the face looks quite normal as before, and the anatomy of the face is running back in again. Okay, so let's go back to the curves over here for the dodge. Make sure that under the eyes are much brighter, like so, the forehead area, and the curves for the burn, so I can make the forehead come out even more, like so, just like so. Notice that I run over it over and over again until I get the preferred shape of the face. And I think we're looking so good so far. I really like how far we've come, all the way from how it was from Lightroom. That's how we're looking, and now we are like this in Photoshop. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the eye. All right, like I said before, I'm going to use our dodge and I'm going to paint into the eyes. Okay, so maintaining the flow of 3 and opacity of 100. I'm gonna paint in the eye, brighten the areas that have highlights, paint in here as well. Everywhere that looks glossy should be brought out even more. So let's cast it back and see how we're doing. So let's just pay attention to just the area of the eyes. So before and after, before and after. And for the dodge, before and after, before and after. Okay, so I think basically we are almost done. I think what I'm going to do next is I'm going to heal the skin further and I can call it a day. Okay, so just a bit more over here. There's some features of the face that you don't have to touch. For instance, this particular area under the nose. This is natural. After the makeup artist had applied the foundation, she noticed that she had to bring it back because the foundation had covered this spot, and so I'm going to leave it untouched. All right, so I'm going to probably dodge this area under the lips so the highlights can stand out even further. So this is the end of the video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and turn on the post notification button so that I'll be notified anytime I upload a new video over here on my YouTube channel. And until the next video, I'm going to catch you later. Have a wonderful day. See ya.